Good afternoon. My name is Tammy Diamond Wells, and I'm currently a student at UALR, and I am continuing in my education in nursing. Um, and I am currently in my ethics course. And what I would like to discuss is an ethical dilemma on do I have the right to choose if I die? So the question is, do I have the right to choose when, where, and how I die? Physician assisted suicide has become increasingly popular, and as I was doing the research on this paper, I had to come to some really tough decisions in my own mind. As a nurse, how would I support um, the patient emotionally when the question would come across, I want to die. So I had to give much thought to this topic. What I did find out is that the definition of a physician assisted suicide is defined as suicide of a patient, usually someone that is terminally ill, that is aided by a physician by the express um, wishes and consent of the patient. There definitely are protocols and regulations that this act must follow. Currently, physician assisted suicide is only legal in 3 states: Oregon, Montana, and Washington. The issues that are involved they're very personal. Usually you want to involve definitely, absolutely, the patient and the family members, but to know that the conclusion that they're coming to is a very difficult one. Benefits is the good care requires that the medical staff approach the patient in a holistic manner, including the patient's beliefs, feelings, and wishes, as well as those of the patient's family and significant others. Patients should have the autonomy, which is the right of self-determination, independence, and freedom. So, as a healthcare provider, what is my part? What part do I play in this ethical dilemma? First of all, I want to know the law. What are the laws of that state? Secondly, it would be good for me to take an interdisciplinary approach to caring for this patient, to involve social workers, to involve the chaplain if needed, or if requested. Also, it would be good to also consider the concerns of the family. Family-centered care is really popular in most institutions, and to take that family-centered approach when caring for or assisting a patient with their last dying choice would be very well, but to ultimately know that it is the patient's choice that must be honored. So, do we just implement palliative care and allow death to take its natural course? That's a question that I'm asking you. In the state of Oregon, on October 27th, 1997, they enacted the Death with Dignity Act, which allows terminally ill or Oregonians to end their lives through the volunteer self-administration of lethal medication expressly prescribed by a physician for that purpose. Our goal as a nurse should be assisting the patient and family in the decision-making process, not offering up our own personal opinions, but to be active listeners, good communicators, to be good listeners. The decision that needs to be made by the patient or family, it needs to be made by them. Or if the courts need to be involved, of course, the courts would be included in the decision that needs to be made. In the case that I kind of researched in the state of Oregon, it was established that the Dignity of Death Act supported physician-assisted suicide. Although this patient did not win the battle with their disease, but they did win the war. They wanted simply to choose to die on their terms under the circumstances that they had chosen, and they were able to do that. As a nurse, being there to show support, encouragement, and compassionate care are the most important and vital things that we can offer as healthcare providers. We need to listen without judgment and not to react to the decisions that they've made according to our own moral beliefs. We may not agree with the decision that's made, but every individual, it is my belief, should always um, have dignity. We should care for patients with uttermost dignity. We should respect our patients and families and their decisions and strive to give ethical, professional care. So let me ask you the questions again as I conclude. Do I have the right to choose to die? Thank you for your attention.